Hey, good morning everybody. Just out at the saw shop. I wanted to make some more videos lately, but sometimes I get to thinking, what's the point? And other times I'm just too freaking busy. And the more and more I watch other people's videos, the more and more I realize it's important to share my own experience, because I enjoy other people's experience. So today I'm just doing a little inspection on this saw. This is my first bottom end complete build. So I don't have all the proper tools yet. I got a case splitter from Farmertech. It bent on me the first time I tried to split a case. It was so freaking tight because the saw had been run hot or whatever the reason was, sat for so many years. So I bent it, and I just recently got it fixed, and I've been splitting all the cases that I got from old junk saws and starting to clean them up. And this is the bones of the first saw I blew up. All the porters that I watch on YouTube say you're gonna blow up a couple before you really get it figured out. So it's a good, valuable lesson. And so the top end on this saw I took off of a 2171, dirty old bird, John Surred, and it's on a 365 X Torque case. And yeah, it's a little bit of a junkyard dog build. So I ran it for the first time the other day. Seems to have a lot of torque. I ran it super rich because I'm gonna gently break this saw in. But I don't know. There was a little bit of an air leak somewhere. It wouldn't idle, like the idle would change when I flipped it upside down. And I'm still learning in my own experience what that can mean on a fresh build. Maybe everything is just not worn in, or I still got lots of oil in the bottom end, but I don't think that makes logical sense. I think it's an air leak somewhere, so either I didn't do the seals properly, or I screwed up on that little tiny, it's like a little tiny O-ring that goes, it gets seated onto the inner race of the bearing, and then there's a bushing that presses onto it, and that bushing seats inside the PTO side seal. And yeah, I could have screwed something up in there. I was playing with the oil pump after I had the seal seated in, and the bushing popped out of the seal, and I carefully slipped it back in. So hopefully there's no issues there. It's got a brand new boot on it. It's got a metal collar. Rebuilt the carburetor. Yeah, pretty much everything on this saw I did. Actually, everything on this saw. And did some nice port work as far as, I mean, for me, it's great. I love how much I've learned just doing port work on these saws. Yeah, so interestingly enough, I just remembered that I got something else to fix here too. I don't know if you won't be able to see it, but the throttle, this little like this sleeve that the throttle cable rides in has a break in it, and so now I'm not getting full throttle. And to counteract that, previously I pinched a little thing of solder. I think I've seen this done. I'm not sure actually. I pinched a little piece of solder here. I'll bring you in closer. See if we can see it. Yeah, there's just a little bead there to counteract that, but it doesn't look like that's doing it now. That's not full throttle. It still can come up another millimeter or something to that stop. So today I also got to replace the fuel tank and then replace the throttle cable. I need to learn how to do that. That's something I don't know how to do. For now I'm just going to swap it with one of those ones over there and then get this saw to work today. I'm going to go do a tree job for a neighbor. Maybe I'll get some footage of that. But yeah, so I noticed, always watch your fuel residue. There is, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up. I don't even know if I can pick it up right now. But there is a little bit of dew going on in there. Yeah, you can kind of see where some sawdust found the dew. This was totally clean before the build. So either my gasket in the carburetor, the fuel bowl, is not sealing properly, or I didn't tighten these two bolts here down enough. The carb bolts. I've been playing around. I had quite a few boot issues recently all at once, and I'm trying to piece together some good information on what happened. One of my theories is that I over-tightened these bolts down and bent the plastic collar that I had. This has happened on a couple saws. And another theory is I had a cut. I don't know. I'm still working it out. So I was watching Walker's Saw Shop, and he really cranked on these bolts. He didn't care too much. So I think I undercranked them, and maybe I'm getting some fuel seepage around this collar. So I'm gonna take it apart and see. Nothing special. I've seen this done probably 100 times on different channels, but I don't know. Maybe somebody new will find this video, or I'm just gonna have fun making it. Who cares? So I'm gonna get the throttle linkage off there. And I'm not gonna pop out the fuel line or nothing like that. I am going to pop off the choke. This will be good practice. I haven't practiced talking and working on saws at the same time. Let's see how much stuff I miss. All right, so next I gotta find my Allen keys. 3 mil or something, maybe a 4 mil. I don't know. I'm no genius. I just find the one that fits. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I got some interesting projects coming along. There's this thing right here, this old Homelite 550 thing. Has fucking excuse my French, maybe I want to be a child-friendly channel. A whop load of compression, and inside the carb, everything looks brand new. I don't think that saw did much use at all, much work at all. Fuel tank looks nice and clean. Only thing that I can't get to, or that isn't working that I can see off the bat, is the recoil. So today I'm gonna try and pop that off and see if I can grease it up and put some gas in it, and you know, who knows? Maybe she'll start right up. That would be something, wouldn't it? Not gonna be the case, but one can hope. Can have dreams. Where are you, you little stinker? Yeah, so a little bit about me. I'm sure somebody might find it interesting. I am 23 years old. I live in a small town in BC where I do firewood. I started doing firewood a lot earlier this year. I've been doing it since I was a kid, sorta, but when I moved back after my whole sex, drugs, and rock and roll in the city there, I ended up having a new neighbor that moved in just recently. This was last year. And it turns out he does firewood in a way that I really like. It's no drinking. He likes to work on his own equipment, and he works it hard. He uses cables, and before I was like chucking rounds into the bush and what out of there. You know, you follow the tree and fucking 2 inches above your face cut. Freaking bucking rounds, rolling them down the hill, loading them in the truck. Just hillbilly firewood type shit. And yeah, I don't know. That didn't cut it for me, personally. And I never was allowed to run a saw in all the other groups that I worked with. So this guy, he actually let me run a saw, which was cool. And I kind of found my thing. Since there, I mean, there's more to the story, but I could go on and on all day. Let's see if I can get a flashlight going on here. Is this gonna allow me to? No, it's not. So this is interesting. I see a little line right here. You can kind of see that. Yeah, let me get some focus. That line right there of spatter. It smells like gas. So I'm wondering where the fuck that came from. Like, it might be out the side of the carb gasket. I apologize for the lighting. Here, might touch back after I go get a headlight or whatever. This will be one video, and then I'll make another one. I'll get better, I promise. Everything looks good in here. Yeah, that's odd. Okay, well, even my own eyes, I can't fucking see anything, so... Yeah, so much for a kiddie channel. I gotta train myself out of that. Bush talk. Okay, well, here's an introductory to Rizo's Saw Shop. I'll give you a little tour. Man, I swear, you can be so wealthy with no financial... I mean, if you work hard and you keep it simple... I mean, to me, this is freaking awesome. Like, I was stoked in just getting a little shelve in to line up some brake clean and some of my adhesives. I love this thing. Fucking got an old pallet sitting on some stumps here got a little bit of sappy wood underneath storage. So these are some builds that I got going on. More troubleshooting. Got this for $50 yesterday. It was complete. I just tore it down to do a failure analysis. The conrod bearing went and had a sandwich fest with the top of the cylinder and the piston. Jug looks good though. Can clean that up. Might make the piston into a top up. And yeah, I got some handlebars sitting over there. You don't need much, man. I mean, I got dreams for big shops and stuff, but gotta make do with what you got. So I'm out here in the freaking Canadian winter tooling on saws. Fun. It's not too cold here though. It's not like Tin Man cold, I'm sure. He's out in a freaking freezer. Holy smokes. I power to him for being out in that saw shop. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Little Pioneer chainsaws. Barely any rust on it too. I'm gonna put that up above, maybe on the door there, or maybe when I get a bigger shop I'll save it for that. So yesterday I built this shitty little table for another workspace because I need somewhere good that I can do my porting, and so my plan is to control the metal bits. So if I can give you a better shot here, is I'm gonna put plastic wrap along this rafter here, and then I'm gonna square it off in front of the table there. So I'm just gonna be sitting on that little that stool there inside the plastic, and then I'm just, you know, gonna get my tunes on and get a good cup of coffee with a lid on it and stay in there for a couple hours and then let the dust settle, and hopefully that doesn't allow any metal bits back into the other part of the process here. This thing has a spank load of compression, but it looks like this was somebody's daily driver for a while because I already replaced the spark plug boot trying to see if I could get spark out of it. It's got like some weird finny doohickey wiring on there. I'm not sure what this is. It's either a 288 or if anybody knows anything about these old beasts, I'm sure I'll find out one day, so don't stress yourself, but if you know what it is, let me know. But yeah, I'm going to slap a new carb on her at some point today or tomorrow. Give you an update on this thing. The fuel tank looks fucking minty. Like, I don't know if you can see in there. No, you can't. It's all clean, no corrosion. Fuel filter looks great. Caps work. I really hope I can get this one running. That is a cute little saw. Bang, 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 bang. Port the shit out of it. This is cute. I guess this is turning into a little shop tour because I want to show somebody, and I don't really have any Chainsaw Geek friends. So, little Mac 110. Oh, I got an air filter running away on me. I'm going to build more shelving and table units today. But this thing runs. I'll get a video of it fired up later. Definitely got a pretty scorched cylinder on one part due to their shitty little air filter apparatus. So what I did... Oh! Did I fuck it up? I did. Now there's a big old hole in it. I don't even know how that happened. But I took when I used to smoke hella weed, there's a dab container and I cut out the top, and then I glued a thin slice of styrofoam to it, and then I cut out the bottom cut out the top of the lid of the container, and it slip fit around the carb there, and so I have like a sealing dismountable air filter there. I thought that was pretty innovative, right? No. Yeah, I'm currently in the process of trying to design my own crankcase tool, but I'll get into more of that later. Bearing pushing tool, because I don't feel like waiting for one online and figuring out which one's which. So I thought it'd be kind of cool if I just started building all my saws with tools I made. Seems more like my kind of style. There's a 394 I ported. Stock 372 from almost stock. It's got a nice Walker style muffler on her. It's from the coast, actually. I went down there with a trip with that buddy, my neighbor, who I do firewood with, and yeah, that saw was up for sale, $900 in Marketplace, and at the time I thought 900 was a little steep, but I knew nothing at the time about 372s and the whole schwack load, but I bought it, and I don't regret it a single bit. That saw absolutely rips. Didn't have a wrappy dappy on her. Shout out to Tin Man for stealing your term for full wraps. I love it. I put a little high top ski on her, and she runs good. I love it. So I'm waiting for the day that I'm going to port that, but no need. It runs good. The 066 that I salvaged took me a few months to get it running, and then turns out the plating was more through on the cylinder, so I ported it, and it runs anyway. Why not, right? I'm going to rebuild the whole thing. My neighbor's 044 that I ported. And I mean, I'm no expert. They're all a work in progress, but I start off with what I'm confident in and what I'm confident I can do well, and then I'll go back into it and make adjustments or go over my work and, learn as I go. Anyway, I think that's a long enough video of me rambling about nothing, and it's time for another coffee. So yeah, y'all have a great day to whoever's listening at this point, and yeah, keep your saw in the wood, as they say. Cheers.